Warm.
Well, yes, it is. You could get your other hat if you prefer, but
I think we're live.
I think we are.
Doesn't look very live, but
No, we're not very lively either. So
oh, there we are.
there we are. Yes, and as usual,
Lori needs to be live.
I'm out in the
Oh, I was
cold.
going to change chairs for this, and we never did.
Oh well.
I probably should shave too.
Oh well. You can be scruffy.
Hi, friends.
Scruffy nerf herder.
Welcome to our not quite but almost New Year's live stream.
Yes, welcome, and we are going to ring out the new year. Happily
Ding!
done with that.
Now, on actual New Year's Eve, Lori previously said she was going to do. Are you going to do more housing stuff?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it is New Year's Eve, and that's not the same thing as Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve, I definitely did it.
You did it,
but whether I'm going to do New Year's Eve, I think I'll skip New Year's Eve because nobody wants to waste their time.
Okay, so we're here today.
Watching live stream.
And we'll be back next Sunday.
We will be back next Sunday, yes.
2026.
We will be back in the new year. Let's see. What are you looking up?
I'm looking up Discord.
Happy New Year. Ace and X. Yes. Ouch. Happy New Year.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I get a bruise when I do that.
Well, I didn't. Okay. So, yes. We are... What are you trying to do? Oh. Say that you're live?
And here
we are. Huh?
We're live.
Oh, very good.
So now.
Okay, you do that. You let
Plus
people know.
People will get that notification.
Well, that's good. They need to know. Hello, Tashtari.
We have Tashtari and Ace and Rex.
Yes, so welcome for the end of the year, which we can all be very happy that this year is over for all different reasons.
Ace, you should change your name to Tony so you can be T-Rex.
I see. Yeah, just what he needed. So, at any rate,
Antonio,
we have managed to finish another year, more or less. Almost.
But we haven't finished Quest for Glory 4, Shadows of Darkness. So we are going to try to finish that today.
We will see how far
if we don't. We might have a stream on Wednesday to finish it, so it can be done this year.
Okay.
But we'll see.
We'll see how far we go. Yes.
Goody.
How's Feo's adventure coming along? I haven't heard much lately. It is still coming along. We're working on getting the music into it. There's still a lot of scripts to write for it, but the art is mostly cemented down for, unless I decide at the last minute that it needs something.
We're actually a game ahead on the art.
Yes.
JP has not only done essentially all the art for Feo's adventure, but most of the art for Sammy's story, quite a bit of the art for Puzzleworthy.
Well, some of the art and just like with Sammy's story, we almost entirely got the art done for Sammy's story, and then
decided to change it all.
JP decided that he really wanted it to be. And he is the art director after all. It's the art director, the lead artist, the 3D animator, and everything. He decided that we should try some 3D work with Sammy's story. And believe me, we are getting some really fantastic stuff. And I know,
I'm sure we should try to show off when we can.
Well, when we can, yes. Because there is a lot of stuff that is really, really cool for the 3D work. You're going to show it off then?
I'm going to see. Let's see if we can show this off.
Sometimes you can't. Yeah,
yes, it does. So, okay, this is our Slack, which is where our team gets together in between. We have weekly team meetings, except when we don't, like when we're not traveling. But this is the Sammy Story channel. And this
is back up to Sammy.
Go all the way back up?
No, you are in Sammy here.
All right, here's a video of...
Can you go full screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here's our test thing.
You can go fuller screen.
Good. Fuller. Yes.
More full screen. This is Sammy versus Dusk, Bat-winged creature.
This is showing
off what the combat interface might be like.
So, yes, this will be like Feo's game and Tilly's Tale. It is still a storytelling game primarily, but
we bit him.
He did. And so we will have animated sequences like this.
with 3D characters.
So I think that's going to be very cool so that it won't be as static as Tilly's Tale. And we're trying to do more of that with Efeos. Yes, the claymation style from Quest for Glory 1, yeah, it has very similarity. It is, we did model it off of Quest for Glory style combats when we actually, all right, yes, you can bring that picture up. I was
going to say, before you think that everything during development looks like that and it's all polished and nearly final, here's what the actual development process looks like as JP proposed what the combat screen could look like. We have a health bar and possibly a stamina bar for Sammy, and we have the health bar for his opponent that is called the Night Gaunt at this point because he's not named at that point. And maybe we have dialogue between the characters on the screen.
Yes, we are going to have dialogue in the combat. Yes.
And then this is your interface in the lower right, which looks like a dog bone with a pause command and a stab and a
swing,
slash. Yes, a slash, a stab,
a dodge, a dodge, and a shield.
A shield. And then I think the pause lets you, gives the opportunity to escape, to run out.
Run away.
So it always confuses me whether this dodge is a runaway. So, oh well.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is a prelim where we've got the real character in it, but then we have a mock-up of what the interface will look like. And we go through hundreds of these for every scene of the game. Here is Mumbera, the warrior trainer. And, some work on the hair and the jewelry. Hairstyle.
Pencil sketch, and then the 3D model.
Yeah.
So
somehow, so there was an old physics joke where the two physicists conferring at the chalkboard, and they've got all this step-by-step mathematics, and then suddenly there's a jump that says, and then a miracle occurs, and then the conclusion. So I kind of feel this way here, that here an artist has drawn some sketches which are already far more detailed than I could do in my wildest dreams. Lori could probably sketch like this.
No, that's beyond me.
So there's the sketches. But then, okay, so what do you do now? You take the sketches into 3D, and they jump to these.
Well, of course they don't. These are the finished product, of many hours.
Were there many hours past those sketches?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Because you don't see, looking at the channel, it's like, okay, there's the sketches, here's the 3D.
Yeah. These are all custom models, so therefore every character has to be modeled unique to them.
So then for the models, we have the colorized models, which is called adding textures to the figure. So the textures give it all the color and, anything that is not part of the basic model.
So yes, we are looking forward to getting this game, the Efeos game, out next year, so we can really, devote some time to Sammy's.
Oh, this is the reason why you wanted to go to Scotland. Lori's been saying she wants to travel to Scotland, so it is clearly so we can learn more about Mumbera. It's a Black Scot.
Well, he's a Simbani Scotsman, yeah.
I know.
Without the colors, the model make me think of more Samaria than Tarna. Seems like Grecian marble, I suppose. Yes.
Yeah, they do all kind of look like that because they're incomplete. This is another character in sketch.
Elaine.
Mm-hmm. And then his 3D models.
I love that cravat. Look at that nice cravat that he wears.
Pretty fancy, and that's all baked into the 3D figure.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Nadia. And then here is Nadia color. Oops, sorry. Nope. Nadia colorized.
And the detail work on her armor. So yeah, she's the warrior. So yes.
Yep.
Well, those are where we are.
One of Sammy's classmates. Sammy's warrior.
The armor definitely reminds me of Samaria. Ah, yes. Well, it is pretty, JP does these things. They're very unique. They really are his own style, but he does research these things.
So the point is, this thread, going back months, is for the game that, in theory, we haven't even started on.
Right, but then there's an EFAO channel.
Yeah, the EFAO channel is a game we're actually working on, what the original quest was about.
Doesn't have hardly anything there.
And doesn't have pictures.
No, it doesn't, because
the pictures aren't
the
in
pictures
that
are done.
And besides, they were done months ago.
Yes, so yes. It reminds me of Samaria or of Nova Roma, yes, although we only saw that via the mercenaries. Yep, that is correct. Yes, I have all the art on my game.
We previously had a channel in here for Tilly, but that one has gone inactive because we haven't done any work on it for
since
years.
It shipped, it actually shipped.
There are changes that people want for it.
Yes.
Road Redemption, we had a bunch of suggestions to improve the French translation. And the problem is the French translation doesn't actually make us any money other than a pittance, and that does not pay for bringing a translator back in to fix it.
Oh, well.
I doubt that we've paid for the original work.
No, not likely.
So
at any rate, back to
the
webcam, probably. Unless you're showing off something they can't see.
No.
Okay.
Back to the webcam. Nova Roma.
Yeah. So, that is the status report on on the Hero U games, the Summer Tale.
So EFAO's Adventure is being worked on. Lori needs to find time to do it. Whereas currently she's doing important things like every week streams and every Wednesday streams of housing decor.
Yep.
We won't talk about the amount of research it takes her to do housing decor. We all do research on everything. I mean, Lori is a researcher. So while she was at Sierra, she got dozens of books on every one of the cultures, and you got dictionaries for the language. That's why, like, Mafimpt is an actual phrase, and said in
that was Arabian.
That was the Arabian. Yeah, that was in Arabic, I guess.
Yes.
And then she got a whole bunch of references books that she loaned out to the artists and the teams for.
Sometimes got them back.
And occasionally got them back. And then we mostly gave them all to the library when we moved here, I think.
Yep, mostly did.
We kept a few of them. So that was pre-internet. So if you want to do research, you did it in physical books.
Yes, I had a great book about the Maasai warriors. It was beautiful, and it was a big influence on all the art that went in.
Quest for Glory 3.
Quest for Glory 3. So some of those characters really resembled the actual men that were there in the Maasai village.
So more recently, back then, Terry Robinson did the box cover for the Quest for Glory 1 VGA remake. And that was the first piece of Sierra promotional art that was done in Photoshop. And tried to convince Lori to learn Photoshop.
No, he was just showing it off and teaching me how to work.
So a few years later, Lori picked up Photoshop.
I got an old copy from Ecosperati, courtesy Carly Hawksdaughter gave me an old copy.
An old version of it. And at about the time,
in the days when you got the physical box with the discs to actually use the program. Yes.
So she played around with that a little bit for art, but then she got her first digital camera. And all of a sudden, Photoshop was originally created for retouching photos. So she started working with it heavily, and that meant hundreds of hours, literally, of research, watching every video there was and how to use Photoshop, how to do different techniques, and so on.
Photoshop is one of those programs that is huge and very detailed, very layered, with just like World of Warcraft, there's so many different iterations, and bits and pieces of the original iteration still get carried on into the current version, and so therefore it's a deep program.
So digital photography, Lori did thousands of hours of research. Photoshop, uh, various things in World of Warcraft. The new decor system in WoW is just, you know, there are thousands of videos out there to teach you how to do different things. And,
so I continue to research. Yes.
So we research everything.
Ms. Necessary Gamer.
And that is where most of her time goes. And every once in a while, she finds a few hours to actually do writing and direct the art.
Writing is hard. Directing is easy. Writing is hard. Yes.
Yeah. What was it? Death is easy. Comedy is hard.
Yep.
And our games do tend to be comedic games.
Yes.
So I struggle. I write the things for the Patreon, and I mostly don't get them done because I struggle to do that.
It is. Things are tough.
Every
word is a pain. Yes. Yeah. Sometimes, though, when writing scripts, they come easily because you're in the character, and the character tells you the scene. But a scene has to be constructed. You have to have a goal for a given scene. You have to have goals for each of your characters interacting in that scene such that they aren't necessarily just talking to each other. They have to have their own underlying point of view and goal for what they're trying to say. So it's very important to make scenes meaningful.
Was the term Night Gaunt from Zork?
I think so.
I think Zork had Night Gaunts.
We'll probably take out the night part. I think we'll just call them gaunts for this one because, I think the true Night Gaunt looks a little more grim than these things do. But,
Night Gaunts and Zork. Yep.
Okay. I think they were Cthulhu out of,
Let's see, World of the Night Gaunts, Origins and.
Okay.
A hunting figure in folklore.
Yes.
So they were there before.
Lovecraft, yes. We're all borrowing from the best sources, yes. Or at least our common mythology that we have certainly, grown upon, yes. Lovecraft's mysterious creatures. Hey, yeah.
So, yes, traditional folk tales by H.P. Lovecraft.
Mm-hmm. Dream Quest of the Unknown Cata. I've certainly read that. I haven't read anything of Lovecraft in the recent 20 years.
Maybe you need to redo that.
Yeah. Alone in the Dark used them as well, probably. And yes, we will be calling them gods because it works.
That's one of the things with fantasy and science fiction is that we are creating new mythology.
Mm-hmm. Hi there, bears who care. Yes, and everybody else.
So one of the phrases that certainly went around science fiction fandom, but I think general culture for a long time probably still exists, is ancient Chinese curse. May you live in interesting times. That was, attributed to, Chinese mythology or something like that. And it turned out, if you look back into the ancient distant past, there was actually, I think, somewhere in the 1940s, a science fiction writer made a joke about opening up his fortune cookie in a Chinese restaurant, and that it said, "May you live in interesting times." And he said, the old Chinese curse.
And I'll bet you that's just a mythology.
And that probably is too. Yes. But anyway, it's probably less than 100 years old, this ancient mythology.
Well, the important thing is that right now we're in an interesting point in history and point in time when we have we're having been balkanized, I will say, with our media. And in our lifetimes, when we were growing up, everybody watched television, and there were only certain shows that everybody watched. But it meant that everybody listened to the same kind of music, they all listened to the same programs, and we all had something in common that way. But
that's right. I have researched this previously, and I didn't go deeply enough. So it ran around science fiction conventions, science fiction authors, but it's actually older. According to my Wikipedia search here, the phrase "may you live in interesting times" is often misattributed to a traditional Chinese curse, but its actual meaning is ironic. The expression likely originated in the late 19th century and was popularized by British statesmen, including Sir Austen Chamberlain, who referred to it as a Chinese curse. Despite its misleading nature, it's become a common expression used to well, okay, that's wrong.
Yes, it's wrong.
So it's joking about, the worst curse somebody could put on you is for life to be interesting.
Yes. So, no, yes. Interesting times. We are living in interesting times. There is no doubt about it.
We went out to dim sum one time with Richard Stallman, who is a famous hacker, and one of the originators of basically software as a service and giving away products.
Yes, he was the original. All software should be free.
Yeah, all software should be free, but services for maintaining that software you can charge for, which is the way he made his living.
Yes.
But we went out to dim sum in Oakland with him and our friend Kanita, and as the servers were bringing around various rolling trays with interesting. Richard said, "Oh, that looks interesting," and Kanita blew up and said, "I don't want interesting. I want something that tastes good."
Yes.
And so, yes, interesting can be a curse.
Yeah, right. Unnecessary Gamer says it's hard to tell with Chinese history because there were several periods of writing and history books being burned. Yeah, isn't that wonderful? So the works that we have were remembered by scholars and reproduced after the ban passed.
This is true. However, we do have actual writings of the discussions among British diplomats joking about it.
Yes.
So it is probably not an actual ancient curse.
Yes. So, and we now have backups for anything on the internet. So all of those things that are getting banned off the internet, there's going to be a record somewhere. And so in this time of world where all the information is fluid and what is the truth is not clear, that there is a truth. It just isn't always easy to find, I guess.
Now, I know to show off this image I just found because Ryan Holiday did a video on May You Live in Interesting Times, and he wears a plaid shirt. So, yay, plaid.
I see.
Other than that, completely
that
irrelevant.
Was the whole point of that?
Yep.
I see. Important safety tip there. Corey's wearing a plaid shirt.
I am under several layers.
Yes.
Actually, only under my second layer is
yes.
a plaid shirt. And it's not that cold in here, but I'm an old man.
And you can.
Chilled bones. And I can't.
Right.
I'm actually almost overheated.
Naturally.
Probably because of this
you
hat.
Take off the silly hat.
I'm taking off the silly hat.
All right.
No, I'm bald. Where'd my hair go? It came off inside the hat.
Okay, well, why don't we
Never wear a toupee with a Christmas hat.
Start doing Quest for Glory 4 so that we can see if we can get it done with.
But first we have to talk about Belitzar.
Yes.
Passage David Eddings' Part of Prophecy. I'm going to take my clothes off in public.
I see. You could have switched to the other screen or something like that, where one character tells another that monumental things happen in a span of relatively few years, interspersed with comparatively quiet years, and asked which one he would rather live in. Can be an interesting question with interesting answers. We are certainly living in interesting times. There was a Terry Pratchett book named that one, too.
Named Interesting Times, yes. But I was going to say that I worked with some poker players for a while because I did an online poker system, Jet Set Poker, and that Full Tilt Poker was our original name, but somebody else picked that up. Asked what it's like to play in something like the World Series of Poker main event. He said basically it is hours of watching paint dry, interspersed with a few brief moments of utter terror. So the exciting hands are few and far between. What you don't see, because you always see the highlights of the major poker tournaments. But what they don't show you is that professional poker players fold about 8 or 9 times out of 10. So almost every hand they're dealt, they fold. And then when they get an interesting one, like ace king or pair of queens,
or they get bored,
and decide to try and make something happen, they get jack 3 offsuit or something, then they bet to try to scare people off. But normally they're only in there if they're able to raise rather than just call, and if they have a hand worth raising with, that they think they actually have some expected value.
Yes, well, bored or just want to keep the illusion of being loose. Yes, it is sometimes advantageous to lose a given hand.
Yeah. If you are so tight that you never play anything except pocket aces, then on the 1 in 100 times, or whatever it is, when you have pocket aces and you raise, the other players know your, what's the word? Your style. They know your style. They see raise, they'll fold.
And that is actually what we considered and went into when we discussed the technical ways, the ways the characters play the game in
Poobah.
Yeah, Poobah.
Poobah in Hero You Road to Redemption is a poker-like game that we abstracted down by, instead of actual having poker hands, we have the ranges, like a flush or a straight or 2 pair and so on. And we basically assigned the percentage chance of those in real life to a range, and then we just have the hand names.
But yes,
but the characters all have
each different character you're playing with has their own strategy, and you can predict certain strategies of who only bets when they have a good hand and who bets wildly, and you can play the characters.
So like Aeolus plays practically every hand, he never folds. That would be called a calling station in actual poker. And Thomas is a very tight, good player, a good solid player, but not imaginative. So
we were trying to actually simulate how to play real poker with this artificial game.
Yeah, and Katie will bluff, but is generally a good player.
Yeah.
And so on. But yeah, the great players do not play very many hands. And they'll raise if they think they can scare people off the pot or if they think that they can make money at it.
Yep.
And the rest of the time, they sit there and listen to music on their headphones.
They shouldn't be able to at the table because people will give them. They will give them information.
Give them a wire.
Yeah, give them a wire. Really.
There have been scandals about that.
I am pretty sure.
I'm probably supposed to be. I could advertise on Patreon.
You could. Of course, limit affects how you should bet. Yes, the rules are varied, but they do affect the way the game is played. All right. All right, the way Poobah works, it's almost always worth staying in through the first round. Okay. Now, I can't tell you if we planned that or if it's just the way it manifests.
So Poobah is designed to be an unrealistic gambling game.
Yes.
Gambling is normally zero sum or worse. It's actually negative sum because the house takes a cut out of every pot. And because of that, even if you're a good player, it's very hard to break even, let alone make a profit. Poobah is designed so that Sean has an advantage.
Yes, Sean will always have a decent hand, have a percentage chance of having a decent hand.
And in
more
particularly,
so than the average would say.
Yeah, and as you improve your luck stat, you draw better. So if you discard, so it's based on draw poker. If you discard 3 cards and draw 3 more cards, you're likely to improve your hand more if you have higher luck.
Yeah.
And there are various things like that going into it. I think there's also a gaming, stat, and that determines your initial hand, how good it is.
So yeah, we have these, complex connections between what your stats are and what the game does. And it really manifests in things like combat and in Puba. All right, so Belzar says, I always get a kick out of seeing poker players at the table wearing a baseball cap, hoodie with the hood up, and black glasses, sunglasses, and nobody could see, what's on their faces. Well, now they're wearing, masks. They can get away with the mask over the bottom of their face.
Yeah, because you actually get more tells from the lower part of the face than the upper.
Yes.
But again, I worked at Full Tilt with Chris Ferguson, who was nicknamed Jesus. And he adopted as a style that he wore a cowboy hat, even though he has a PhD from UCLA and grew up in the Los Angeles area. His father was head of the mathematics department there. And he said basically tells are much overrated. You don't make money at the poker table by reading other people's face and getting tells. You make money at the poker table by doing sound mathematical analysis of the hands and determining, a mixed strategy, a game theoretic strategy of based on probabilities.
Yes, so you can see who was the intellectual of going into these things.
And he was a big winner at it.
Yes. And little Yosnik says, hi, folks, watching from the bar today. Well, hi there, welcome, and I hope you have a good bar, I guess.
And his cowboy hat was not a way of hiding tells, but it was a disguise of sorts, so that he wouldn't look like a nerd, and that people would not give him credit. He had long hair, which is why they called him Jesus, and he wore sunglasses, I think, and the cowboy hat. But that was mostly so they'd think, he's, he was a wild gambler as opposed to
he was a
tight
wild
player.
Character too, but definitely a character.
He gave me some advice on you. Never, when he won his first World Series poker main event, he said that he never once called.
Yeah, don't.
He always either raised or folded.
Yep. All right, Blossom says, howdy there. Howdy, people, and howdy, Sierra Heads. Yes, hope you and your families had a great Christmas. Here's hoping you all had a good Christmas. Yes.
Luxor mentioned some players known to be wild cards who will mix it up, and you should. You need to mix up your strategy. That is part of game theory.
And then there's some people who have put on tantrums and everything else, and that's part of their persona because a lot of them are playing games there, and they're playing mind games.
And some of them are just let themselves get to it.
Some of them are just jerks. Yes. Hi there. Thank you.
Phil Helmuth is known as the poker brat.
Yes, is the poker brat. Yes.
Phil Ivey is one of those that bluffs a lot.
Yes. I'm not just a Sierra head. I'm more of a whole body Sierra person.
Oh, there you go. We probably are too, because we were.
Seagam had a good Christmas. Hopefully you all did too. And Blasm says, I was thinking of Deadheads, but Sierra instead. Yes. Also, Mike the Mouth Matasau.
Mike Matasau. Yep. Great player.
So, yeah. However, those are the old days. There's a lot more people out there that we haven't been watching for a long while, so who knows?
A Canadian player whose name slipped my mind is famous for eliciting tells by basically constantly chattering.
Oh, yes.
And trying to, say.
Oh, yes. Always talking to those people, yeah.
And I says, you're looking like someone that has... probably a suited pair, or suited, suited connectors, and you can see from the tell, it says, "Oh no, that's not it. Oh, you've got a pair, don't you?" And you can tell, and the way people react to his chatter, he gets very accurate reads.
Yeah.
Oh.
Grotto says it don't have time to hang out, but wanted to follow, so I don't forget the channel name. Well, great.
Oh, thank you
very
Grotto.
much. And you can always watch this on YouTube afterwards if you can't sit here through this, because we're happy to have it up there.
And this is pretty much how our streams go, by the way. The first half hour is chatter and talking about events and stuff like that, and wishing people a Happy New Year.
And talking to you people. I mean, it's all about you.
And then we usually play the game for an hour or two, and then some more chatter.
Yep. So, Retro Rent Al says, hello, lovelies. I have been a my way. Let's see. I hope you're having a wonderful end of the year. I'm excited because I'm waiting to hear back from 2 agents reading the full manuscript for his latest novel.
Yay! After years of thanks but not for me.
I'm finally getting traction. Hope you both are doing wonderful as well as you folks do. Well, good luck, Retro Rents. We're pulling for you. Yeah.
Well, Lori, working with Michelle Baker, wrote How to Be a Hero by the Book. And they had a major agent that Michelle was really excited about getting to represent them, who asked to read it, the manuscript, and got a couple sample chapters and read them and said, yeah, okay, send me more. And they sent the entire book to her, and she eventually opted out and decided not to represent it, which threw Michelle into a deep depression, and they never did anymore.
Right,
so
that was it.
Al has the right idea, is if you're rejected by the first 70, maybe the 71st will be,
yes,
will make you into the next J.K. Rowling.
A lot of the great books out there were rejected.
Harry Potter got rejections from every major publisher before a minor one decided to take it up.
So yes, just keep going.
And where the money came from was not from that minor publisher. It was when Scholastic Books in the U.S. decided to do a paperback version of it.
And Belzar says some players deliberately trash talk. Others are deliberately chatty and attempts to annoy others and throw them off their game. Yes. And we sort of tried to do something similar in Poobah, is just have characters, talk and be annoying too. And Unnecessary Gamer says watching the WSOP on ESPN is fun because the commentary is energetic and funny. I think it's the only sport I ever watch on a sports channel will be poker, and it is entertaining.
Well, they did several things that made that work. One of the most important was the whole cam. So that when the players put their cards down on the table, they're putting on top of a camera that reveals to the studio, to the television audience, what cards they have, whereas the people at the table don't know it.
And yes, because that gives you the information to kibitz effectively how they're going to play the game.
And then they have automated statistics that say what chance of winning each player has and so on, which really helpful. But it's also the fact that there is major editing that you're only seeing 10% of the hands.
Again, yes.
If that.
Belsar said, I learned quite a lot about poker just by watching WPT on TV and listening to the commentary. It was interesting and entertaining. Yes, the online game was a very different sort of game because you really didn't have all the cues that you do in real poker, but you could. And
it was designed to make money for the player,
right.
Too. So we actually wanted the player to win.
No, I meant a real poker game when you're like, full tilt in that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They were, you don't have the full experience that a real game will give you. But on the other hand, you don't have to deal with people or go out or do anything. So it's there's an advantage to that.
And I won a couple of 1,000 or 2,000 player tournaments, one on Full Tilt and a couple on Poker Stars. So that meant that if you had 10 levels of poker player, I'd probably made it up to level 2 or 3.
Yeah. Retro Red says, y'all giving me flashbacks to Hoyle's Book of Games from Sierra. Pissing Graham and Mordok off was always fun.
Yes.
And High Top says, editing made Daniel Griano. How does this?
Daniel Negreanu.
Negreanu, that's right.
Yes, that was the name I was trying to remember.
Yeah.
He actually, I think, was practically clairvoyant. Negreanu was the one I was talking about that was constantly chattering and getting tells. And, according to a lot of poker players I know, that he does a really good job of reading exactly what cards the opponents have. Didn't get it right all the time, but he won a lot.
007 says, good morning from Sydney. It is early morning, isn't it?
Good morning. Kind of early by our standards.
Early by our standards. Well, good morning.
Anything before 10 a.m. is early by our standards.
Unnecessary Gamer says, you're half an hour ahead of me, Marius. Okay, well, all right. So, at any rate, we have pokered out that subject, so let's get to the real game. So we can see if we can get through this game or whether we have to play on New Year's Eve. which would be sad because we have nothing better to do than play Quest for
I
Glory.
could have played Quest for Glory sometime within the last few weeks.
Yeah, well. Belzar said, I remember a high school teacher recounting how one of her students said they were going to be a professional poker player and so no need for post-secondary education, and how profoundly unimpressed she was by that. What game are you playing? We are playing
Quest for Glory 4, Shadows of Darkness.
Yes, we are playing the entire thing. So, yeah. Y'all can come to ATL and join CGAM's New Year's Eve party. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Is that like Atlanta, Georgia?
Yeah.
We've been there.
Yeah.
Went to a couple of Dragon Cons and went to E3 there.
New Year's Eve, I'll be watching Ohio State football with my folks, third-generation alumni. So it's kind of unavoidable. It's basically the only sport I really get fanish about. Well, that's good.
Ohio State and Alabama are the really heavy sports towns. There are a few of them, though.
Yeah, well, I grew up with sports it was Christmas Day. It wasn't Christmas Eve, or it wasn't Christmas and New Year's Day, not New Year's Eve when I was growing up. But boy, those sports were on all winter long for football.
I was sitting in the back as far as I can't reach the keyboard.
Well, you could move your keyboard.
I could lap it.
You could. Lapdog. Yep, OSU, Michigan, and Auburn, Alabama are the two really big college football games. There we have it, the castle.
What about the Oregon Ducks? That was pretty big for a while.
I remember watching a YouTube video about why college football has been and still is a big deal in the U.S. It was interesting. Boo, Bama, boo. Go Dogs. All right.
All right. Hot dog.
Restore.
Well, Sammy's a dog.
Yes. We can't see the visuals.
Can't. You can't.
But we'll adjust this, yes. But none of us need to know what they are for that intro.
Yeah,
yes,
you've all played these games so much.
You can just visualize in your head what that looked like.
Is that a big improvement? How about this is an even bigger improvement? How about...
Shadows of Darkness was one of those games that stuck with me between sessions. I used to have dreams of being chased by Necrotars. Okay. That actually brings a question to mind. Who came up with the idea for Necrotars? I thought they were one of the most genuinely terrifying monsters ever dreamed up of. Really, that was the name that made them. I mean, I think I came up with the name, and that just...
Yeah, they're kind of stupid-looking monsters. Yeah, really. All right, we're probably here because we're supposed to leave town.
Well, we'll see. It is just morning.
Almost midday.
Yeah, well, I guess we slept in.
Maybe we did some exercise. We don't need to exercise anymore. We solved the one puzzle that needed exercise.
Well, true. But we have a ways to go in this game. All right. We will be out for adventure.
All right. Now, if I had paid attention to that save game, I would have seen that it says Ogan Boris complete. Oh, that's not very useful, is it?
No. We've gotten the stubborn plant. Let's go look in inventory.
We're looking for gypsies.
Yes, we got the information.
We planted the plant.
We met Gypsy Davy the other day, and he told us to come see the gypsies off to the east.
And then the Lishi has told us some things about Baba Yaga.
And to talk to the plant.
Talk to the plant?
Yes, Brady Egg says the intro was absolutely no.
Said about disappear.
No. Talk to the plant. That was his clue with the Baba Yaga.
Yeah, and he said that the end of the phrase is disappear.
Oh, okay, but you also said something about the bush. It wasn't about the bush. Oh, here we go again.
Some bushes.
There are. Yes, the intro was absolutely visible in my mind's eye. Yep.
1 and 2 and 3 make 6. Who hides her hut behind Trick? Magic message. Bushes here in the rhyme with disappear.
Yes, Baba Yaga.
Would that be Baba Yaga in her chicken leg hut you try?
Baba baby, that's the one. An ogress who is loads of fun.
And that's all we're going to get this time.
Baba Baby.
Now, is the gypsies directly north, or are they?
Guessing answers without knowing.
What? Your answer's first by going. Okay. As we guessed it, but we hadn't found her yet.
Yep.
So if I recall, we need to go like all the way east and then all the way south. But that's probably not quite correct.
All right.
Because the map is designed to trap the unwary.
Also, this had some of the most beautiful hand-drawn art in the game.
Okay,
I'd love to have a house with each of these scenes on canvas on the wall. They are pretty lovely. It just is very peaceful and everything else. Yep. There's that
Monster
noise.
coming. Oh no!
There it is. It's a
rabbit.
rabbit, and you can't get out.
I don't remember how to dodge and stuff. Yes, the automated.
Yay! Look at the bones.
You straighten out.
Rabbit with a
There
bloody
is
nose.
absolutely nothing in the little rabbit's fanny pack.
Aww. We killed a sweet innocent little rabbit with a fanny pack.
Yeah. Can't
If
go
I
that
can't
way.
go there and can't go there.
You have to go south.
Maybe we can find the gypsies by going this way.
Maybe.
Not properly goal directed.
Vorpal bunny.
Purple Bunny from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
They didn't call it a vorpal bunny.
What did they call it? Killer Rabbit.
Yes. The lack of a holy hand grenade of Antioch in this game is perhaps its major flaw. Yes. That rabbit's dynamite. She should get her own game. Baba Yaga goes looking for love in several wrong places. That would be an interesting game. Yeah.
There was a joke in Stephanie Plum book about next thing is he's going to want you to have sex in an uncomfortable place. And Stephanie says, "You mean like the back of a Volkswagen?"
No, that was a movie.
It was in Stephanie Plum too.
Okay.
Was it in a movie also?
Yeah.
Run away.
What are we running from? Oh, speaking of the doggy.
Do we need to fight that Necrotar?
That's a Necrotar, yes.
What's it doing out during the day?
I don't
They
know.
don't come out during the day.
Yeah. In
Who
Baba's
killed that?
case, it's more like looking for snacks. In Quest for Glory 1, I was absolutely terrified her.
Okay, I guess I don't know how to find the gypsies.
Yes.
But I did get rid of the...
Lasm was absolutely terrified of Baba Yaga when he was on the clock to get the Mandrake's root.
Okay, so north did not work.
No.
I'll
Just
try
go
again.
east. East. We need to keep going east where we can.
Well, there's probably something up there.
Well, eventually, yeah.
I thought it was following a river or something up to the gypsies.
Yes, everybody should be terrified when you're on the clock to get that Mandrake root because honestly, that's pretty scary.
Yep, it's kind of bugged.
You
Is
can't
this
go
okay?
up.
Can't go up here. Can't go up the next screen.
You can go up the next screen,
I don't think so.
but you can also go right because we wanted to keep going right. Oh, you're not
Yeah,
letting you up
that's a
there?
dead
Okay,
end.
fine.
Look like that end, but it
Uh-huh.
is.
Nevenander says, I'll
Okay,
start a
here's the
run
stream
too
that I was
while I'm
talking
watching
about.
YouTube. Okay, fine.
We did it.
Yep. Ta-da-da.
I can stop running. Oh, look, there's Gypsy Davy, who we pulled straight out of folk songs.
Greetings and welcome to our camp. You are a stranger no longer. When you saved me from death, our lives became intertwined. Henceforth, you are to be known as a gypsy friend.
But we'll still take your wallet.
Come now, I will take you the leader of our camp.
All right, Retro Red says he dead-ended himself with a Mandrake root in one of my first playthroughs. Forgot to buy the unguent. Yes, that was a bad situation.
I've done that as well. So I said,
You are the one my son spoke of. You saved his life. You also entered fearlessly into our den of wolves. You are a man of great courage. We gypsies owe you for our daily, and I believe we will owe you for things to come. Welcome. I am the fortune teller. I will give you a gift for saving my son. I sense it will be most useful in your invention. Here, take this amulet. It will protect you from the dead that will not die.
yay! You sound still undead, Ungwin.
From some of the damage the undead creatures can do. Now the debt is paid. You are here as our guest. How did you come to this valley of no exit? And where will your journey take you?
So all we needed to do to fix Baba Yaga was to give 2 days to complete her quest instead of 1.
Yeah.
Tell that a scary dream, how about?
Okay, yeah.
Or I could do normal things like their name.
Well, you can do the whole thing, yeah.
You tell her about the frightening dream.
Dreams are messages. Such a message may be obscure or meaningful, depending upon the sender and the dreamer. The meaning of this dream may be clearer when you have had more of them.
We had a few. Their name.
Tell the gypsies your name.
Oh, never tell someone your name.
I'm honored to know your name.
It is a good name, a strong name. You bear it well.
Tell about
Anybody remember her name?
Well, yeah.
Tell about yourself.
You tell about how you got there.
The dark cave? You escaped from there? Ah, you are very powerful and lucky. I would guess that a summoning spell went wrong. That cave interferes with all magic around here. But it is best not to speak of that cave. Someone brought you here for some unknown purpose.
Ooh.
Most interesting.
Yes, let us greet her, which we should have done first.
For an outsider, you are most polite.
Yes, out.
So let's see. Retro Red says, it's funny, I can't remember a phone number nowadays, but I remember every inch of the Quest for Glory maps. Yeah. And Brainiac says, and that's the biggest problem if you want to play as a proper paladin with no magic. If you get healing hands before getting that amulet from Magda, you're stuck getting aura instead. Well, that was dumb. Yes. I play very carefully as a true pally.
And is that Cam Clark? Legend. Voicing Davey, probably.
Yes, and
I'd have to look at the cast list.
Yes,
but yes.
Belsar says, I think people remember fewer phone numbers nowadays because you usually just tap a yes and rarely have to actually dial the number.
I have to remember my phone number all the time because, stores want me to put it in.
Yeah, but yeah, I never remember mine. And Blossom says, I don't remember the map. I always forget. I think that's part of the experience, yes.
Okay. So, why don't we find out about Baba Yaga since we're trying to find her and I can't find her down in the hut.
There are many legends about that ogress. We gypsies avoid her when we can. She is dangerous to enemies, and she takes offense easily. She has her hut to the south. There is some sort of magic hiding the pathway there. Her only weakness is her love of food. Be careful if you need to approach her.
Okay. What about the fortune teller?
I have been gifted by true sight and foreknowledge. These are gifts with knife edges. Oh, I have seen my own death, and knew my true love of death the day I met him. Still, it is most useful. I will read your fortune in the cards, if you wish. You have only to cross my palm with silver. So much for the legends about werewolves, huh? Or at least a coin of value.
Say the
But
two.
I warn you, no future is fixed. What the cards show the future can happen, but only if you take the actions to create this future. And it is not easy to determine what those actions are, dear. Such is life.
Ask every question.
Yes, so we get that
It was a
great.
slow play.
Always been
She has a great voice.
place of power.
Yes.
Magic is
That's
very
who saw that one.
strong here. My people for generations come here to renew and strengthen their ties to the mystical ways. My dear, we're not the only ones drawn by this power. The magician Iran created a magical refuge here. Others more dark were drawn here as well. Oh, be wary and watchful at all times here. The magic of this land has become twisted, and there are many dangers around you. Oh,
Yes, you could trip and fall into a grave.
Yes.
What about magic?
there are many places and things of magic around here, and I am certain you will come across them in your travels.
Anna. I've heard that name around.
Iran was a powerful magician who came from this area. There is a garden in the forest which she created. Oh, it is such a place of safety for all who visit there. It is said that her final resting place is near here as well. Her staff stands in the town and protects those within the walls from outside harm.
Cam is the voice of my freaking childhood.
Leonardo.
And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Liquid Snake, Davey, pretty much every 80s cartoon. Yes, we had some great and very prolific voice actors. He played Davey, Domovoy, and Nikolai.
Yes, and Belzar says, anyone else remember the old rotary phone days and using a pen or pencil to dial phone numbers?
Yes, we had pencils that had an external eraser that was put on the back of it because the actual pencil eraser always got worn to a nub and made pretty expensive.
Oh yes,
Long
the
before the
plastic,
pens-
the rubber pencil
Yeah,
thing,
long
eraser
before the
you put on
long
your
before the pen. So we had a rubber plastic thing, rubber I think, thing you put in the end. It was an oversized eraser, and that was what we used to dial numbers with.
Yes. Al says, I remember the tail end of that. My parents got a touch-tone phone when I was 4 or so. Yes, well, we grew up in the battle days where you had to rotor that phone. And it was on a cord, so you could only go so far unless you had these humongous cords.
And if you had the humongous cord, it got tangled.
Yes. All right. Dark ones.
The dark ones.
There are some things about which even I dare not speak. Even thinking about such creatures attracts them. Let us hope that you never need know of such matters.
All right, something else.
What else could there be?
Well, there's werewolves, gypsies.
Creatures of the night, shapeshifters, skin changers. We are man or beast by our own will. To run on 4 legs, to howl at the moon, to chase the terrified prey through the hills. This is what it is to be truly alive. Oh,
Sounds like werewolves to me.
the legend of the werewolf is but a folktale. We can judge shape when we choose, not because the moon is in some silly face. We are the beast with the mind of a man, and the man with the mind of a beast. It is not normally our way to speak so freely to outsiders. So why do I say so much to you? Because you need to know we are not your enemies. You have too many questions that cannot be answered, and your ignorance may be your doom. There is much to you. Your actions to come will affect us all. Do not doubt it. Therefore, I will speak honestly and openly on what I can. Now, I can see by your eyes that our future is linked to you, for weal or woe.
It's like the augury spell in D&D. The answer is generally weal or woe. That became the catchphrase for D&D players.
Yep.
Weal or woe. Is this Dan Pershing? I'm thinking did the gypsy.
No, did we ask gypsies? Was that gypsies or was that werewolves?
That was werewolves.
We are the roving people, the tinkers and traders and tellers of fortunes.
We named the Rovers in the Who You series.
Music in the wilderness. We are the untamed ones.
The Rusalka was Dan Pershing.
We own no land, and no land owns us. The world is ours for the travel.
Well, Susilo was my other guess, but
They call me Magda. That is the name I go by to Gorgio.
Gorgio is the word we call anyone who is not a gypsy.
That was my voice, because we didn't get some lines with this actress, and so I did some pickup lines.
I thought it was perfectly fine, but everyone
It doesn't.
says,
It's too distinctive. Yes, you did that one.
Woman in the Lake.
To release the spirit of Rusalka, you must first know her true name.
Joan Carver.
Yes.
The person who killed her. Then you must take a broom tied with the hair of the dead woman and beat the grave of her untrue lover 3 times. Then his ghost shall rise, and you must defeat him.
It should not have been accessible.
Finally, you must give the Rusalka a token of the love which was denied her. Then only can her spirit rest.
Yep.
Which undoubtedly caused players millions of hours of wasted time trying to solve
do that.
a quest that you can only do if you're a paladin, which you should not have.
That was stupid.
Had to be a paladin.
It should have not given you that information, and only that. Yes. Back in the day, Seagam thought the lady in the lake was so scandalous. Well, she is scandalous. She's still scandalous when you see her for the first time.
But she is fully covered by her hair. Hey, Dave, what's your name?
You can call me Davey. Names are very important. Davey is my name to outsiders. I also have a gypsy name and a true name. True names are not given lightly.
Wish he'd told me that before I told him my true name.
Gypsies never ask others for their names. Never say your true name. Never speak the true name of another. To say another's true name aloud gives you power over him, if you are indeed more powerful. Otherwise, it gives him power over you.
I think we should have done something with that. I mean, that seems like a smoking gun right there.
Yeah, so yeah, Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
Oh, what about the werewolves?
We gypsies are not werewolves. We are shapeshifters. We take on the form of wolves for hunting.
Gypsies?
Okay.
We are roving traders. Our home is our wagon and campfire. We would have left this valley long ago if the flooding had not washed away the road and filled the mountain pass with swamp.
It's hard to take a wagon over the thing.
Willing change, not a cursed one, yes. About that pass.
The road from the town used to lead to the pass to the southwest. That was the only way in and out of this valley.
Now it's covered with swamp. Now, the difference between swamp and marsh was what?
Swamp has trees.
And marshes just have bushes.
Right, yeah, grasses and things like that.
Stuff.
The swamp is an ill place, and we gypsies stay far from it.
Nonetheless, the player will probably have to go there. What about your capture?
I was borrowing some corn from the corn stalks outside the town when the burgomeister and some townsmen came from the gate. I moved behind the corn stalks to stay out of their way. They looked to be heading to the graveyard. Then one of them pointed at me and shouted, and suddenly they all grabbed me. I had no chance to run. I had no idea what was going on. I knew gypsies were disliked in the village, but I did not know we were so feared.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Well, you can see.
Enough already. Okay, so what we need to do is go to our money bag, I think is the interface,
Yes.
and click that on Magda.
Now, you listen to the words of an old gypsy fortune
Those
teller.
cards are
You
real.
will
They were
initiate the
real,
reading of the
real
cards. The
tarot
shuffling
cards.
and cutting attunes the cards to those vibrations which surround you. You do not control the cards, nor do I. It is the cards which show what they
You have
choose
that deck,
to
Sister
show.
Faye.
We
It
used
was a
to.
beautiful
I will
deck, yeah.
reveal to you the meanings of the cards. It is up to you to interpret how they affect you. You may reveal the first card.
Really is one of, I mean, we went through a lot of decks
Yeah.
looking for the right
And
deck.
we thought this was the perfect one. It was St. Petersburg Russian Tarot, something like
Yeah.
that. And it was like American Playing Card Company or something. And so we contacted to see if we could license it rather than having to have people redraw the entire cards. And they said, oh, you want to use it? Just give us credit.
The first card is the significator. It is the symbol of the subject of the reading.
So in my 20s, I did some tarot card reading and learned a lot of this terminology and stuff.
Represents is skilled at perceiving the hidden.
Oh, yes. Yes, and each of these are significant to the player character.
Is a person who has mastery over his body and is live and active. This card clearly represents you, and therefore this reading is about you.
I did.
Cards which surround the significator represent influences which affect your current situation. This next card represents something from the distant past, which is relevant to the here and now. Turn over this card and reveal the influence of your past.
Don't turn it over right away because
No, I'm trying to see if I can freeze it. Yes, I can.
First time I played this was like, wait, I have that. Oh, you had it first. That's really cool. Yes. I think the tarot deck was in the credits. Yes, we did. You know, that was part of the deal. We did say that we got this courtesy
I
of them.
could grab our box, I guess.
I was,
So we can grab the box, but go ahead and speak.
No, well, the credits are in the game.
Yeah.
When I was researching this, I did do a tarot reading, and I predicted the downfall of Sierra was near.
Uh-oh.
It was not a reassuring reading, and I'm sure it's pure coincidence, but it was really disturbing to see that dark future.
And turned out to be accurate within less than 5 years.
Well, no,
Maybe
it was within a year that it actually came
this is
to pass.
4. So.
Right, this is 4, but then we were fired.
Ah, that's true.
And
so for us, Sierra was gone.
People were laid
off.
off.
A third of the company.
So yeah, it was a bad reading. Yes, okay.
But anyway, Lori picked out a particular significator card for each character class.
Yes.
So this was the rogue card that we got, but there was another card for the fighter, another one for the magic user, another one for the paladin.
Right. So these are kind of accurate as to, real traditional tarot.
Yeah, in real tarot reading, there are 2 ways you can do it. One of them is you pick the top card and it's your significator, it's random. But the other one is to go through the deck and say, oh, this is me, this is my significator. And then do the rest of the reading randomized.
There are many different ways to do this. This is the one I like.
The High Priestess and is inverted, which is significant.
This card is the High Priestess. It is inverted, which means the meanings too are turned upside down. The High Priestess is some woman of your past. She is a person of selfishness and passion. Someone who seems to be very powerful, but her knowledge is limited by her own conceit. Turn over the next card to reveal more of this individual.
Who could it be? Sideways. Crossing.
Of coins. Now that is the card of the miser. This woman of your past has power, but uses it selfishly. This is a person who cares only of her own needs and wants, and does not care what she does or how she influences others. This person is one who, as long as you satisfy her needs and vanity, will be willing to aid you, provided it does not require any amount of effort on her part.
Much the way I work.
However, if you act against her, her vengeance will be swift and violent.
And fun.
This is not a person to disregard, and she plays an important part in the events around you. Reveal the next card. Something of the more recent past, which has consequences in the present.
Now, Tootsie Marks has been 30 years, but I specifically remember writing down, woman from past is selfish.
Yes, it's a clue.
As an inverted king of coins.
This is the inverted king of coins. This is an old and vicious man, someone who is willing to use any means to attain his desires. Someone who is dangerous and cannot be trusted or underestimated. Reveal the next card, that we may learn more of this person.
Vicious old man.
The devil.
The devil. This is indeed an ill omen. This person is influenced by black magic, a man of power and dark desires.